Good morning, everybody. Before I go out for a nice long ride this Saturday morning, I wanted to do a review of this custom solo seat by C&C Customs. That's Charlie. First off, I went on their website. It's really laid out nice. It shows all the seats by various sizes and whatnot, and also shows the different types of material. On this one, you'll notice I got a smooth, then what they call a rough cut, I think it was. If I'm not correct on the name, you'll have to look it up yourself. And then back to smooth. I could have gone with, rough cut, smooth, rough cut, or I could have gone with completely rough cut or completely smooth. The option is yours. Me, I wanted a little bit of a pattern or something per se. And it gave my bike, a nice custom look. The back there is all exposed on this Street Glide. And it's kind of cool. So I got the seat, like I said, well, it must have been, 5 to 8 months ago. I can't remember. Excuse my shaky camera. And when I first got on it, man, it was hard as a rock. I actually thought about putting on the solo seat again. And but it's broken in a little bit. And I'm pretty pleased. There are a couple of things that I'm really doing this video about that I'm not pleased about. But I wanted to go over the good points. All in all, I'm happy with the product. I'll just say that. I'm going to switch the camera around here real quick and show you the what they call the pylon. I got the pylon sitting right next to the sissy bar. That's where the old lady sits. And I just wanted to... I did the same thing actually with the pylon. There's smooth, and then around the edges there's rough. But anyway, the pylon is 12.5 inches wide. Now, for all those folks who are worried that it's not going to fit between their sissy bar arms, it does. It does. At first, when you have to put the seat on first, though. I mean the pylon. You have to put the pylon seat on first, and then you have to put the sissy bar on. And it does work. It does fit, and it is a nice wide platform that that adds a lot of stability. I'm gonna pick this up now and put it on the bike, a quasi put-on bike that is. So you can kind of see how it looks. So I don't want to... So that's how it looks now. I didn't really put it on. I just kind of balanced it on there. But you get an idea of how it looks. Excuse the poor lighting. It's early in the morning. The sun is at an awkward angle. That was my sissy bar falling down. But the wife feels a lot stable on that thing. And there's my rough cut pattern that I was talking about. Anyway, let me pull this off the bike before it falls and scratches something. Now back to the bike itself, the bike seat. According to the website, it says it would sit me back an inch lower. This is my gripe. I'm getting to the gripe part. According to the website, it set me back, I think, I'm doing this from memory, I think it said 1 inch back, which really wasn't that important to me. But what was important to me, it said it'd set me 1 inch, approximately 1 inch lower. I didn't find that to be the case with this seat. I feel like I'm about 1 inch higher than my solo seat. I'm sorry, than my stock seat that came with the bike. So there was one gripe. My only other gripe was fit and finish. So I'm going to get on the bike and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just pardon me while I stand the bike up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right in there, it just... I don't know, to me, and I'm going to get off the bike and show you the angle in which this seat comes up. It doesn't follow the same angle as the angle that this copper plating comes up for the gas tank. So it kind of actually goes a little higher and peels away almost. So I'm going to show you that in a second, but they could have made this maybe half an inch longer just to cover that up. You know, that metal, you can see that metal in there. So that's a gripe. And you know, a lot of people are going to say, oh, then loosen the bolt in the back and slide it forward. That doesn't really work, because then your ass is at a different weird angle, and which is unnatural. What I mean by the angle of the rise on that thing is, I'm going around to the side of the bike, you'll see what I mean. I don't know how focused this is, but I know that's just a minor thing. Like I said, I'm overall happy with the bike. They could have made that a quarter inch, half an inch longer, and the way this comes up does not follow the same angle as the way this comes up. This comes up with a slightly steeper pitch than this, so I guess what I'm saying, it could lay down better over there. That's my only gripe. Anyway, the seat, I think, raises me up about an inch. And it's not my imagination. I'm pretty detailed oriented. I have to be with my job. But other than that, I'm really happy with it. If I was going to get another seat, and for me, purchasing a seat was one of the hardest things to do, because here in Tucson, Arizona, the only place that I can buy a seat is the Harley dealership. So I can't compare seat brands. I can't go, like in California, you can go to a handful of places that make their own seats, and you can literally try them all in a day or two. You know, you can touch them and you know, and see how they'll fit you. But when you shop online, you have to go on the internet forums, and you basically have to take a consensus of who likes their seat the most, and then do that. And I did take a consensus. I went on a lot of the Harley Davidson forums, and C&C Seat kept coming up, and the other brands were too hard, and this was too soft, and blah, blah, blah. So, unfortunately, I had to, and like many of you who don't have seat factories around, will have to basically go online and take a consensus of what you think might work for you. I'm overall happy. It is working out for me. I also wanted to say something. Their shipping was, the company, I forgot the gentleman's name, but I talked to him over the phone before placing this order. A really nice guy. I had to call back like 3 times. You know, you kind of think of new questions to ask after you hang up, and he was really helpful, and no attitude at all with my multiple phone calls. He then took my order over the phone, and it was delivered when he said it was delivered, which is very important in customer service. Again, I like the look of the Solo, how it opened up the back of the fender. Kind of gives it that thug look, a little bit like I was trying to achieve. And anyway, other than that this portion of the seat, I think it could have been a little longer. I don't know if you could see the metal in there. I just think it could have been a little longer, and just to cover it up, I think the angle, the pitch, or whatever they call it, the grade in which it comes up, also leans to exposing the inside there. Perhaps if it was just laid down a little bit more, and I've tried to lay it down, it does cover it up a little better, but still, I think if they made this just slightly longer, it would compensate for that rise in pitch a little bit better. Other than that, I'm really happy, and the wife is happy with the pylon. That was another thing that didn't come up in the reviews. I've seen a lot of reviews on different seats, but not enough reviews for the pylons. The passenger pylons is what they call these things. Not a lot of reviews on that. That is cushy. The wife is happy. She feels more safe and sturdy on it. I want to turn this over, actually. What did surprise me about this was the suction cups. And my wife and I looked at this like, what the heck? Because really, technically, this is only held on by the back bolt and these suction cups. Now, these suction cups really don't stick to that. I can tell because when I pull it off, I don't hear that suction sound when you're pulling suction cups off. But I will say, it has not slid around. This just goes underneath this section